Hello traders, welcome to today's Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market update. It is Wednesday, the 8th of May, 2024. This is the second time I've recorded this video. I just did it and I didn't have any audio. So I'm back doing it again for you and hopefully I don't forget anything I wanted to say. So let's just get straight into the analysis. And actually, before we get straight into the analysis, a reminder that you can currently get 50% off, lock in 50% discount on your crew membership. Now that means that the crew membership, which is usually $99 per month, is $49 per month currently for this week in celebration of making it 3 years of Taurus Crew. That basically means you don't just have that discount for 1 month. If you get your membership today, then you lock in that price forever, basically. Well, at least for up to a year. So that means you can get that 50% discount every single month, unless you either unsubscribe or it turns into like next year and then it'll go back to normal again. So you can lock in that discount. So if you are a trader or you're learning to trade, we have tons of educational content over in the crew. We do live trading rooms on a daily basis. In fact, there has been one today, a legacy markets one trading the NASDAQ, where they managed to catch a fantastic short position. So thousands of dollars being made by the crew this morning already, and we've only just started the day. So yeah, amazing analysis going on over there. Tons of update. I share, of course, my market updates every single day. The rest of the coaches also sharing their market updates every single day. So, and of course, we also have all of this educational content for you to sink your teeth into. So if you're interested in that, the link in the description below will give you all of the details. You use the code LOCKIN, when you go to the checkout. Check my post on Twitter or on the Discord if you are unsure. And yeah, I hope to see you in the crew very, very, very soon. Now, as for the analysis, Bitcoin here, of course, we know bouncing off of our yearly anchored VWAP and getting a really decent bounce here to come up and test into where we had this 4-hour gap. Okay, now what we also have seen so far, or at least earlier on today, was we had that POC that shifted down and price has started to repel slightly away from that, but we are at very, very important support here. Now this is, for a start, it is the value area low of the range. I do not want to see that value area low of the range being lost. Right, especially after seeing that shift in the POC. Otherwise, that does mean that we are getting acceptance of price being lower, and that does lead to more downside. Secondly, this on the daily time frame is the cleanest. You have this really nice daily OB that's just been holding support. You like deviate below it slightly, and now trying to act once again as important support here. So on the higher time frames, this support is very, very important. Now, if we go down onto the lower time frames here, then I am in a short position at the moment, but I have taken pretty much all of my profit from that. So this was a short position that we took on yesterday's trading room with the crew. We did this live, and again, making money. All right, even in the chop, we had a really good trade here and some good money being made. And I know a bunch of people within the crew took this trade, so well done to anyone that has. And that has hit full target. We were targeting the weekend lows. I even said on Monday that the plan for myself was to come up into the single prints to sweep up here. This is what it was. We did that. We had the rejection. Then on Tuesday, the plan was to come back into here, into the imbalance. You sweep that, you get continuation lower. Now we've taken out the weekend lows. And what we want to see is this level to hold. It is important for this level to hold. I am not one of those analysts that's going to say, oh my God, guys, look, there's the golden pocket 618 down here at 60K, 59K. That's too deep. It's very unlikely that if we do drop lower than this, that will then hold. Yes, okay, you've got this big imbalance here. You've got that monthly open. We could test into it. But for my own personal strategy and for what the statistics and what the facts are within this market, if Bitcoin is to be bullish here and if this low is to hold, we do not want to have a retrace that goes beyond the 382. All right, if it does, then it massively increases the chance that we're taking out those lows again. So I am not one of those guys that's going to say, okay, look, let's get that golden pocket retrace down here and let's pump to new all-time highs. I don't see that as being a likely scenario if this is to happen. This should bounce here if this low is going to hold. All right. So we had the situation that was similar previously, all right, where we had a decent bounce and then we came back into a deep retrace. Now I was trying this area. I did bid into these lows here because we had that divergence. But what happened? Okay, you came up, you took out those highs and then bang, you drop back down. So if we are going to get a retrace that comes down here, you could probably see something very similar where you have a big spike up and then you just drop again, because that will trap long positions thinking, oh, I missed the golden pocket bounce and we're going to be going up here. It's not statistically likely that that would happen, okay? Not when you are already in a downtrend. So you have a high, you have a low, you have a high, you have a low, you have a high. At the moment, we're still doing that. We want to see either a very shallow retrace or a full retrace of the move. So not to be bearish, I do believe that this will hold here, and I do think that we're going to get a move higher. I do like the low that we put in, but I don't want to see it go any lower than this. So for myself, yeah, still holding a small amount of my short position just in case we do get that scenario where this does continue lower, because if it does continue lower, I think it's going to continue much lower. But also, yeah, it's kind of paid for a couple of bids that I've had filled here. So I am long from the lows and I am starting to compound that position, and I have bids down towards 61,600. Now, if that does happen, I do think that we could spike down to around about 61.4, 61.2. But getting any closes down there would be an invalidation off of this idea. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm scaling in here. My invalidation won't be if we just tap into this. All right. But if we do start to close, then I would also close high time frame candles. Then I would also close my positions. Okay, now that's important. If we do drop lower, you want to see a quick reaction, recover this. Actually, there's quite a nice market structure that this can work with right now. If it does go poop and then change that, and then we can be looking for higher prices, then great. But if you see something like this where it's just grinding down, then I do see that continuing and accelerating to the downside. So once again, my bias here is very clear. Every single day I've been right on my trades. So far this week, and they've all been winners. So let's see if this can continue. Scaling into the long position and looking for higher prices today. Nothing too much more to add here for Bitcoin. But what we can do, let's have a look at some of the order flow data and some other stuff. The order flow is not particularly helpful right now. Okay, what we've had is just perps-led moves a lot of the time, and spots just chilling, doing very, very little. So the move up that we had that basically was our high that we put on Monday was entirely perps. You can see here this pink line, pink for perpetuals, spiking up pretty high and then trapping those long positions and then getting a big move down. Now what this is doing is we're not seeing a rise in open interest. So although we've got negative CVD, this is mainly longs closing. So longs that opened up here at the range highs, closing out, getting frustrated, death by boredom, and starting to build those bullish divergences. We can see here the open interest really isn't doing anything at all here. If we do see open interest start to rise with CVD moving down and with price not moving down, then that does mean we could short squeeze. But at the moment, it is mainly just longs closing, and yeah, it's kind of, you want to see a bit of a reaction here and get some kind of impulse. Either we spike down and see if we can recover that, or we just start to move up and then we see open interest move up with CVD moving up, which would be rather bullish. Okay. In addition to that, funding still neutral to negative. All right, so negative across the board here. I don't know why these are showing us green, because actually that's more like this 0.0002 is less than 0.01. So CoinGlass, sort yourself out. Like that's not bearish funding. That's negative funding definitely over here and neutral funding elsewhere. But the green is a load of nonsense really there. So I'm probably going to have to adjust my settings. I can just adjust my own settings. I don't know why I said CoinGlass sort it out, because I can just sort it out. Secondly, ETFs. just gone back into balance again here. So of course it became heavily oversold essentially when we had that move down towards the lows last week. That created a massive discount there on the ETFs with a huge amount of outflows. That had to be corrected. All right, we even saw GBTC buying because it just went way over the top. Like that low that was put in was just, yeah, unbalanced, and that is not where the market perceives Bitcoin to be fair value, clearly. Because as soon as we had that move, it corrected it by massive inflows. All right, one of the biggest days of inflows and the first day of inflows that we've seen from GBTC. And now we're just back to normal. All right, so we're just consolidating here, which is what the plan is, consolidating before the next move. Now, does it find value here in order to go short and look for lower? Or is it finding value here to have a good base after a nice reaction from the lows in order to go back to new highs again? We'll have to wait and see. My bias is bullish, but we can't be certain on that. The reason why my bias is bullish, though, is because we do still have the spot premium here, and every time that has happened, it has led to a move up, and it is long and drawn out, and that shows that futures traders, perps traders are more bearish than people just chilling and holding spot, and generally, the people just chilling and holding spot are the ones that perform better in this kind of market. So you would trust those. Other than that, there's not really anything left to say. So I am going to wrap it up here. I'm about to sneeze. It's getting to that time of year where hay fever is starting to kick in. So hopefully I can just finish before I do. But yeah, please hit the like button, subscribe, do all of those lovely things. Links in the description below. Remember, you can get that 50%, lock in that 50% discount for the crew membership, which means you're paying 50% less per month for every month until you unsubscribe. And if you do want to just support the channel, please do use the ref links in the description below. So I trade on WooX, I trade on Blofin. If you need a non-KYC exchange, Blofin is like the only good one, the only one that I would trust. A-book exchange, real liquidity, genuine exchange, always growing and making new features. So if you do need a non-KYC exchange, I would thoroughly recommend that. And I personally trade, you can see up here, on WooX, on Woo Network. And that for me is just the best exchange out there at the moment. And on both of those, you do get fee rebates, so 50% share of those fee rebates if you do sign up using the ref links below. So, yeah, on that note, I will wrap it up. I will bid you a good day, and I hope you, enjoy your day, trade well. See you soon. Bye.